Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the oath, will, and tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Well. Look what we got here. Now, this is what we've been dealing with. This is what we've been up against. You have, these anti-Christians who, play this role as if they, have this moral high ground. They sit on this moral high horse, portraying to be bearers of the light. And here it is, the Lord showcase what these same individuals are doing in the dark. So you got Mr. Dr. Brown, Dr. Michael Brown, who has admitted to sexual misconduct of a woman. And he says that he lacked judgment. So, these are the type of, individuals who are playing that role, who are acting as if, these are ministers of the light, which Paul did say that, be not marvel, for Satan has transformed himself into a minister of the light. So, don't marvel if his ministers be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. And you got a lot of them out there. A lot of them are being dissembled, under the Christian religion. It's really just a mask that they hide behind. But like the word says, the word is more quick and sharp and powerful than any two-edged sword. All right, this word actually is a light, and it shines the light on darkness, and it will definitely show itself. The darkness will be exposed. Whether you call yourself a Christian or an Israelite. All right. So this is just another case of an adversary who's, being caught. All right. Being exposed. And, they swear up and down that, us, anytime they talk about us, anytime they make reports on us, they paint a certain narrative as if, we're the worst thing walking, we're the worst thing on earth, we're terrorists, we're this, we're that. But behind closed doors in the dark, this is what these individuals are doing. So let me get a quick pre. And let me get Hebrews, the 4th chapter. I'm going to start at 12. And I'm going to read it in the New Living Translation. This is Hebrews 4, verse 12. And it says, "For the word of the Most High is alive and powerful. It is sharper than the sharpest two-edged sword, cutting between soul and spirit, between joint and marrow. It exposes our innermost thoughts and desires. Nothing in all creation is hidden from the Most High. Everything is naked and exposed before his eyes, and he is the one to whom we are accountable." And you wicked ass anti-Christians, who come against us and try to paint certain narratives about us, what do you think the Lord is going to do when these type of things are being exposed behind closed doors? Does it seem like every other week, there's a church leader, a bishop, a cardinal, a reverend that's getting caught for all these different heinous sexual behaviors? And you're going to be held accountable because you know what the scriptures say. So you perpetrate as if you're in the light this whole time, which you really are in darkness. All right. and everything is being exposed. The Lord said, nothing secret that should not be made manifest and be brought to the light. And this is what we're seeing. And it's gonna more stuff is gonna come out. All right. Because you devils, y'all been first, very quick to, roll that stone upon us, casting stones at us. But eventually it's gonna roll back upon you. It's gonna fall back on your head. Let me get a quick precept on that. And there's just, one of those examples. Let's go to Sirach 27. Yeah, Sirach 27 and 25. And it says, whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head. And you cast these stones on high against the Israelites. When you try to make us to be, these men that'll commit crimes, that women are not safe around us. We're doing this and doing that because of our teachings. When you accuse us of being a hate group, a cult terroristic extremist group, call us BHI, which is a government buzz term to demonize and categorize the Israelites. So you spending all this time on this moral high horse, casting stones against us, but then the Lord is actually pulling that curtain back. He's shining that light on you devils, and he's showing that you're a bunch of hypocrites. And what does the scripture say about hypocrites? It says, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. All right, so I guess Dr. Brown, he didn't think that woman was going to come forward on his ass. And that's what these devils do. And they usually they're used to, getting stuff swept under the rug for them, getting a slap on the wrist. But your wicked deeds are going to be brought to the light, so we can see you for the hypocrites that you are. Sirach 21 and verse 9, it says, the congregation of the wicked is like tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them. All right. And it says, the way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell. Because you devils are not going to escape. All right. So there's just the beginning. We're going to see more things come to fruition. More wickedness being exposed, because, the history of Christianity in itself, we know that it's a very shameful, disgraceful history that they have, filled with a bunch of treachery, robbery, murder, rape, all right, colonization. You did it all in the name of plantation Christianity. So you're not going to get no good fruit from a corrupt tree. That's the fruit of the Catholic Church. So you got all a bunch of freaks and lowlifes and demons, all right, that's perpetrating as being, servants. They're call themselves saints. They call themselves apologists, doctor this and reverend that. But you're a bunch of freaks, man, touching the children, touching women against their will. And, basically, according to the report, he's being accused of sexual misconduct. And these different behaviors, fall up under sexual misconduct. It says sexual misconduct is a broad term that describes a variety of behaviors that are non-consensual, based on sex or gender, or have the effect of threatening, intimidating, or coercing a person. Sexual harassment, which includes unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other unwelcome conduct of sexual nature. So this dude, Dr. Brown, is a straight up freak. So he has no self control. All right, he's wanton, but this guy is he's a perpetrator, as if he's in the light, like he's a bearer of light. Now with this coming out, this dude needs to shut down. Now there's nothing for him to talk about. There's nothing for him to say. All right, and anybody that defends him, and vocab with his hypocritical ass, he ain't gonna say a word. He's gonna continue to just paint the narrative. It's a sexual assault which includes grape fondling, incest, or statutory grape, non-consensual sexual contact or penetration, sexual exploitation, dating violence, domestic violence, stalking. So he's guilty of any one of these sexual acts. And we know what the scriptures tell us. Let's go to Ephesians real quick. This is the book of Ephesians 5:11. It says, take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them. And hey, you're being exposed right now. All right, you being exposed. So don't try to make videos talking shit about us when you got that mote in your own eye. It says it is shameful even to talk about the things that ungodly people do in secret. You can't even, have no discipline, no self-control. But you're a doctor, Mr. Dr. Brown. I know the Hebrew. I know what this passage say. You want to do all this debating in the scriptures, but then when it comes time to live the scriptures, you see that a lot of these individuals, they're a bunch of hypocrites. All right, a lot of them are grifters. A lot of them use this truth to or use the Bible to market themselves, market their cause, to capitalize, for their organization. So when this goes down, the Lord, all he does is expose it. Eventually it comes out. All right, it says, but their evil intentions will be exposed when the light shines on them. And that's why the Lord said they will not come into the light lest their deeds be reproved. They won't come into the light because they pretty much are comfortable in the dark. They don't want to come into the light, lest their deeds be reproved. And men love darkness rather than light. So they'll keep these type of things a secret, but you can't hide nothing from the Most High, nothing. All right, and now this devil is being put to shame. Okay, let's go to real quick, and we're gonna go right back to it. Let's go to was it Second Esdras? It is Second Esdras 16. In verse Second Esdras 16 and 63. I'll start at 62. It says, in the spirit of the almighty power, which made all things in search of out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore have the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. And Dr. Michael Brown, he's being put to shame right now. All right, you sit there and you try to look scholastic with all these extra biblical texts in the background on your shelf. You try to look like a Bible scholar and try to act like a saint. These Christians are hypocrites. Ain't nothing righteous about none of them. All right, especially when a majority of them, they don't believe in keeping the law. And we never say that the law is going to justify you, but the law is not done away with. This is why, under this grace that we do have, you're not to use it for the occasion to the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And that's what a lot of these Christians do. These pastors and these mega church pastors and ministers, they take advantage. They use their position and they take advantage. So their conduct is definitely not of the gospel. All right, they're not living, that lifestyle. All right, the scriptures say, "He that nameth the name of the Lord, let him depart from iniquity." But in Christianity, you don't depart from iniquity because all you got to do is just say you believe, and that's pretty much it. Just confess. You don't have to keep the commandments. So going back, Ephesians 5:12, it says, "It is shameful even to talk about the things that ungodly people do in secret, but their evil intentions will be exposed when the light shines on them." All right, let me get John 3:20. John 3 verse 20, and we'll read it in the NLT as well. And it reads, "All who do evil hate the light and refuse to go near it, for fear their sins will be exposed." And the light is this knowledge, this truth. You're starting with the laws, statutes, and commandments. The scriptures say in Proverbs, the 6th chapter, that the law, the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. So, if you do evil, you hate the light. So that's the reason why a lot of these Christians don't want to deal with the law, because it exposes them, and they want to feel comfortable in trying to establish their own righteousness. It says, "But those who do what is right come to the light so others can see that they are doing what the Most High wants." Now, these Christians, they won't go nowhere near. So they feel like they're in a safe place as long as they hide, in that congregation, hide behind all those books that they try to read and try to sound like they, are scholarly. They hide behind their theologian degree. So, yeah, man, more is going to continue to come out. Okay, because we in that time, and especially we at that time where the man of sin, he has to be revealed, the mystery of iniquity. And Mr. Brown, he's a Edomite any damn way. I believe he's a Amalekite, a so-called small hat. And it's being made known, where those devils lie right now. They're justifying ethnic cleansing right now. They have no regard or any compassion, for humanity. So all this got to come out, man. Verse back in Ephesians 5:14, it says, "For the light makes everything visible. This is why it is said, awake, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Mashiach will give you light." So a lot of these Christians are not real, actual Christians, because they're still doing the works of darkness, perpetrating like they're in the light. Romans 13, real quick, and verse 12. And it says, "The night is almost gone. The day of salvation will soon be here. So remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes and put on a shining armor of right living. Because we belong to the day, we must live decent lives for all to see." And Mr. Brown, he ain't living no decent life. He gotta he gotta take the box. He gotta force it. No self-control whatsoever. And that's what you call being wanton or licentious. having no control for your lustful desires. According to that report, he treated her like she was family. But why would you want any sexual endeavors with somebody that you treat as family? Unless you're into that incestuous shit. And the heathens, they're definitely into that. Esau in particular, he gets into that. And scriptures warn you that about Esau's nature. It says that he's a fornicator, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. So they're very sexual, immoral. It says, because we belong to the dead, we must live decent lives for all to see. Don't participate in the darkness of wild parties and drunkenness or in sexual promiscuity. And, sexual misconduct falls right up under that. And immoral living or in quarreling and jealousy. Instead, clothe yourself with the presence of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and don't let yourself think about ways to indulge your evil desires. So, you devils again, you ain't got nothing to say. You don't have anything to say, man. All right? Because the more you speak against us, the more you come against us, the more the Lord's going to peel them layers back. All right? Because the Lord, his elect are going to be justified. He said, who shall lay charge to his very elect? The elect are going to be vindicated. They're innocent. They have that white stone. But I can't say the same for you anti-Christians. All right? Bunch of hypocrites. So, yeah, this type of behavior, is not to be named among us, because, the scriptures tell us to, be transformed in the renewing of our mind. So, the way we conduct ourselves, our behavior is supposed to be modeled after the example of our Lord. All right. So, we walk in the spirit so that we do not fulfill, the deeds of the flesh, because they won't make it into the kingdom. And him being a Edomite, all right, which I could be wrong, but I believe he's an Edomite. He's gonna go into captivity, man. So we ain't got to worry about him. But this is just to show you a lot of these anti-Christian ops. This is what they do behind closed doors. And there's just one example. Who knows what other type of wickedness that they're doing? And vocab, don't think that you squeaky clean, my man. Haman. Whosoever cast a stone on high, it shall return upon his own head. It's only a matter of time before your ass get exposed. Something come out on you. Or Mr. Accuser. So, yeah, man. I just want to make a response to this. All right, and Lord willing, more of this start to come out. And you're gonna really see the actual fruit of the false prophet, because that's where the Christian church stems from, the Catholic Church, the false prophet, and that we know how demonic it gets, within that entity. A bunch of child molestation, and they try to sweep it under the rug. These Catholic priests. And it trickles down to these church leaders getting caught with child pornography. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Lord willing, all more of this comes out. All right. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna close right there. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.